Okay, sunglasses off. The lights are bright, folks. That's all I can say. So today is a foggy, funky day outside here in Colorado. So we're going to do some nitro today, first up. And Chad's going to have one too. So anyway, so when I'm doing nitro, what I do is I shake it a little bit because there's some pulp and some things in there that can kind of get stuck to the side of it. Good stuff. Gary developed this for when you need a little shot of extra energy. Oh, I love it. And like any of the Ninja Red products, you want to do some water along with this. Anyway, Carl Janicek here. Hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to play with a little more advanced thinking in terms of how essential oils can affect you emotionally. So a lot of you know that I've been traveling around the world and teaching aromatherapy or essential oil therapy for a number of years, probably over 20 years now. I joined Young Living maybe more than 24 years ago. And one of the things that struck me right when I got introduced to the oils was how I felt different when I was using essential oils. And that comes all the way back to the first person who actually introduced me to the oils. Thank you, Diane, if you're watching. Anyway, what she did is she actually came to my office and she put oils on me. She put peace and calming on my shoulders. She put, I think she put release on the top of my head. She put harmony on my heart. She put valor on my feet. I think she put some clarity on my temples or envision on my temples. I don't even remember all the oils she used. But then she got out this one oil that I really didn't like. It was called Joy. It was like, oh my God, I didn't like that. And I realized that I was not in harmony with that joy. It took me a while to understand how these things work. But one of the reasons that I was upset by joy was because I didn't have any joy in my life at that time. I was working very, very hard and lots of hours every day and not getting a lot of reward. And so anyway, she put joy on me. I actually started to cry. And I felt like the joke was on me ultimately. I felt like, well, I didn't have any joy in my life, so I didn't like joy. And when I started using the oil, more joy came into my life. So that was one of the blessings of me learning about essential oils and starting to use them. I also, since that was one of the reasons I placed my first order was about $350. And I couldn't afford it back then, but you know, that's why God invented charge cards, I guess. So anyway, I charged about $350 worth of oils on my charge card and got an Essential 7 kit. I got some Abundance, some Valor, some Release, White Angelica, a lot of oils that I thought would be good for me at the time, and they all proved to be very, very wonderful oils. So the thing that drew me into the oils initially, that really pulled me into the oils, was this concept of stress relief and emotional release. And I found such freedom in using the oils in this way. I ended up taking some classes with Dr. Carolyn Mine, who's a chiropractor out in San Diego, and learned a lot about how to actually be very targeted, very specific, so that you get the exact oil that you need to release from some sort of prison that you've put yourself in. So anyway, she has a book out that is something that I refer a lot of people to. That's Carolyn right there, actually, and this is one of my favorite resources for emotional release work. It's called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. You can get this through Life Science Publishing, 1-800-336-6308 if you call them. And they do have a Discover LSP website, discoverlsp.com. But anyway, in this book, for those of you that are interested in this, there are many, many resources. And so, for instance, I'm looking here, distress. And it gives you the emotion that you're feeling, and then the opposite of that emotion, an affirmation to go with that emotion, the oil, and then the point to put it on. So there's lots and lots of references in here as to this different emotional process that you might want to escape from or release yourself from. There's also a lot of diagrams that show you where to put the oils. Some information there about chakras, which is useful. There's an oils reference. I can't tell you how many times people will say, well, what does the oil of acceptance do? Well, here there's about 4 or 5 references over here as to what the oil of acceptance actually does. Different potentials. And she references many, many oils. So it goes all the way to A to ylang ylang. And then we have here diagrams that show different charts so that you can see there are some specific points on the head, for instance, that you can use these oils. And if you were to get a tension, for instance, here, you might want to look at that chart and it would say, oh, this is the vision point. Use that point as a reference, and then you go back and you'll find in the oils section here, the oils reference, that the oil that would best be used on that would be Envision, and that there's an affirmation that goes with it, which is, I think I see my way clearly. No, it's I focus my energy. That's the one. There's other charts that show how you can use the oils on your ears to get a benefit that way, releasing certain patterns there or releasing certain stresses there. And then, of course, there's charts that show more areas of the body that you can use the oils on. And let's see, what else here? That's the front side of the body. And these are called alarm points, by the way. In Chinese medicine, these are referenced as alarm points. And oftentimes a person will find them to be sore when you press on them, depending on what's going on for that person. And that's a good clue as to how to find the points on yourself. If you have a sore spot, oftentimes that spot, if it's recurring and there's no real physical reason for that point to be out of balance or to be discomforting, then probably it's an alarm point that's out of balance. So, and for those of you who are practitioners of Chinese medicine or Asian medicine, this will make a lot of sense to you. So, and remember, the difference between a live body and a dead body is not necessarily its chemistry, it's its energy. It's the flows of energy around the body and through the body. And so when you release these blocked energy points, your vitality comes up. Your vitality gets more enhanced and you get more vital and energized and enthusiastic. Life is more fun when you have no nails in your coffin, you might say. So anyway, I encourage you all to look into this Releasing Emotional Patterns book, and we'll talk about some other things about emotions here at some point too. But the oils are so easy to use. For instance, here's the oil of release. I happen to know this one very well. Love that. You take a drop out of the bottle. Don't touch the top of the bottle because the bottles actually have oils that are sterile inside when they're bottled. Take a little, put a little behind each ear. In this case, I'm going to put a little on the top of my head. Breathe it in. And there's an affirmation that goes with this one's, I am one with all that is. I am one with all that is. I I am one with all that is. And that actually helps a person release the energy of rebellion. I mean, have you ever had a child who's a bit rebellious? I was. Anyway, I can tell you that oils have many, many blessings, and I hope you're enjoying them. I hope you enjoy these videos that we're doing for you, and thank you all for being out there. Thank you for being oilers. Thank you for being part of the Aroma Tribe, and I will see you again next time. Thank you so much. Love you all. Take care. Bye.